Hello, everyone. Matt Malatesta here. The VYPE podcast from me, Matt Ogle here. We are happy to announce our first WHATABURGER Team of the Week. They are the Lake Creek Lions softball team, completely killing it. Yes, they've been a traditional power over the last couple of years. They're super young. They're 22-0. They just no-hit the Kingwood Mustangs, who are our preseason number one. Sarah Wiggins, the Wichita State commit, did a tremendous job there. Talking with Coach, what she does, their big thing this year is being present in the moment. That's what they're really preaching. They're just having fun, special group, but they're really young. They have 6 juniors, 3 sophomores, 1 senior. So that's kind of exciting to them. You've seen them play over the last couple of years. What have you thought about Lake Creek?
Well, I mean, the reputation precedes them. Obviously, as you said, they've been a power over the past few years. Uh, I mean, losing in the regional final last year, it's crazy to think that that was a disappointment because they're so used to going to state. They're so used to winning state, and it doesn't they're good about having short memories. I think that's why you said they stay present in the moment, because this isn't last year's team. This is a different team with a different momentum, and I don't know. I like what I'm seeing from them, and I can't wait to see them in person. They're gonna have to contend with Melissa maybe later down the line, but the way that they've been playing right now, I don't think they're losing to anybody, and that's really not surprising. But I'm just really excited for them. Obviously, they also have Madeline Davis, Chesney Davis, unrelated. She can sometimes go in the pitching spot. Great hitter as well. I believe you said there was another girl named. Her last name is Torres.
Torres, yeah, Torres. Annalise Torres having a great year as well. So, congrats to Lake Creek. They are number one, first ever WHATABURGER Team of the Week, announced right here on the VYPE podcast. Hello, everyone. Matt Malatesta here with Matthew Ogle, Jackson DePasquale. We're talking soccer. We're talking recruiting. We're talking the WHATABURGER Team of the Week. I had to wear the orange for WHATABURGER, bright orange. We're wearing orange also for soccer. Let's talk about boys soccer first. Who do you feel like we're deep in the playoffs? Regional finals, moving to state semis, moving to state. Who from Houston? Let's talk boys 6A. Who do you love?
I mean, you can't go wrong with the two-time defending champ Seven Lakes, on par with your shirt. They just smoked Clear Springs for nothing. Coach Kruger, he always finds a way, and it doesn't matter what combination of players they have. I think out of everybody, they got the best shot. They are going to be playing against a thriving Elsick team. I know, Alex, you're really pleased about that. Elsick I mean, they're no stranger to the stage, last reaching state in 2019, last winning it in 2018, but that's probably going to be the best 6A matchup I see, but there's a lot of other really good ones. Kind of one that's flying under the radar, maybe about Strake Jesuit versus Katie Taylor. I have no idea who's going to win that one. Klein Kane versus Bridgeland. That's going to be a very intriguing one out of Region 2. I think the best matchup, though, is probably one I'm going to. Little favoritism on my side because I'm a Kingwood Park alum, but Kingwood Park versus Lake Creek. Lake Creek, this is, I think, the furthest they've ever advanced, and if they win, this will be their first time ever reaching state. Kingwood Park, as you know, they've been there before. They last reached state, I think, in 21, and Coach Boom, he's got something working, got something in the works, and I think that's going to be probably the best matchup out of 5A right now.
All right, let's go girls. Let's go the reverse. 5A's popping. 5A girls soccer. This is another great matchup between Lake Creek and Barbers Hill. It seems like they always are in battles in every girls sport. Who wins this? And then in 6A, who do you think has staying power?
I want to say Lake Creek, but I don't know. Barbers Hill, I think in terms of storied, if you whenever you think of storied franchises, it doesn't necessarily have to relate to their girls soccer team, but Barbers Hill across the board, especially in their girls sports, they seem to always find a way to make it. This Whichever team wins in this one will be the first time ever reaching the state tournament. And that's tremendous for both programs. I like Barbers Hill just a little bit more because I think they have a little bit more depth. I mean, going to their media day, they had a huge roster, but I mean, Lake Creek does too. It's really going to depend on the coaching, and as well as the overall how they handle momentum, because anything can happen, but it's quick to change, which was evident in the game I attended, which was Seven Lakes versus Ridgepoint. Now, Ridgepoint was up early, and then 14 seconds left in the first half, they end up tying it. And then Ridgepoint goes up again, but then they end up tying it. And then with 1 minute left in the game, Kennedy Reed hits like a 30-yard or a 25-yard free kick, seals the game. Very dramatic. I like Seven Lakes reaching state again because, I mean, KDISD, they're across the board. They're killing it because Tompkins is in it. As I mentioned earlier, Katie Taylor boys are in it. Both Seven Lakes teams are in it. And I think they repeat what they did last year whenever both the boys and the girls reached the state tournament. And this time, I like their chances. They're going to have some Dallas teams to contend with, like Prosper, but I really liked what I saw from them. And out of Region 2, the Woodlands could be a good sleeper there. They're going to be playing Saxe. But a team that I was kind of shocked to see has made it is Houston Lamar. I mean, I knew they were talented, but I think they're on a historic run at this point. They're going to be playing Seven Lakes. That's probably going to be. Then again, Stratford v. Tompkins might be a good game too. All these games are going to be.
You're
good
very
games.
conflicted.
I'm very conflicted. I like all of these games, but Seven Lakes. I think Seven Lakes on both sides. Those are my favorites.
There we go. I'm glad I did wear the orange. So that's our soccer report by Matthew Ogle. Very in depth. Okay, and what's cool is, I mean, they play tomorrow, and then they play Friday.
Yeah, I think some of the 5A games might be on Thursday. Because last week I know Kingwood Park played on Thursday, so it may vary.
So this playoff is popping, man. It goes really, really fast.
Yeah, championship's going to be April 11th.
And it seems like state soccer goes through KDISD.
Usually does every year.
Wow. Okay. All right. So then, hey, pivoting to the other huge topic around the greater Houston, and that is recruiting. 7-on-7 football is big. We'll get into track in a couple of weeks when that really starts heating up. But hottest stories right now in the world of recruiting.
Yeah, I think the hottest stories right now, obviously Nicholas Robertson yesterday committed to Texas after a spring practice visit. This was something that a lot of people were kind of predicting might happen, didn't know when. Obviously, he made it official this past weekend, so that was a big time get for Texas's 2026 class, and also big for the Klein offensive lineman, locking in that commitment, going to the Blue Blood program and one of the biggest brands in all of college football. So congrats to Nicholas. And then also you had Legacy Sports and Science School four-star wide receiver Mike Brown commits to Texas A&M. His dad played at Texas A&M, so a little bit of a legacy there, being able to commit to where his dad played college ball. Really big pickup for A&M, who's got a top 5 class right now. Other news, Calvin Thomas, the highly touted linebacker out of Cy Ranch, he just dropped his top 15 schools. This is a kid who picked up 25 offers in the month of January. No offers before January, or at least I'm pretty positive. Fact check me on it, but picked up 25 offers in the month of January and now is seen as one of the top linebacker prospects in the state. He's going to be one to watch his recruitment the next few months with official visits coming up, with camps coming up, unofficial visits, spring practices. He's one to keep an eye on. And then out on the 7-on-7 circuit, OT7 had another had their week 3 of the OT7 tournament. Jermaine Bishop was the MVP from Willis. Did things on both sides, showed up in a Batman costume and still locked down lots of defenders. And then you had Chase Calicut also making some big time plays, leaped up onto the broadcaster's booth. That was 40 inches, pretty impressive from him. But also on a note with Chase Calicut, his recruitment, a lot of people have always been thinking that it's Texas in the lead. It's always Texas. Michigan really did a lot of work last weekend or it was either last week or 2 weeks ago whenever he was up there on an unofficial visit. I would argue to say that Michigan is right there with Texas as the leaders, if not the leader on its own. I think Michigan did a great job. This is going to be a recruitment that is going to really start to pick up once he takes these official visits with a potential or ideal commitment date set for July. Expect that recruitment to heat up. Watch out for the schools that made his top schools, but specifically Texas and Michigan as the leaders, with a few schools kind of pushing to try to get up there with those two.
Chase Calicut's going to be a guy that whoever gets the last visit is going to sign him because he is all over the grid, man. I see him liking different schools along the way, and the last one he's going to commit to. Is he early graduate?
I think he could be. I'd have to double check on that, but I think at the end of the day, the biggest thing for Chase is the relationships and who's going to develop him to go play pro ball. I mean, that's everybody's goal, obviously. But I think that's going to be the biggest factor for him, the relationships with the staff and who really shows that they want him.
The biggest factor in all of recruiting is the money. That's what I was going to say. It's the money, my guy.
I mean, we say that, but
it's definitely the money.
But everybody's got money now. Everybody's
got.
Yes,
these kids don't have money.
Time out. All the schools have money.
Right.
It doesn't matter wherever Chase decides to go, he's going to get a good NIL deal. I don't think, as much as we want to say these kids, like Bryce Underwood went to Michigan because they're giving him $10 million. He's also from Michigan, and he was committed to LSU.
Yeah.
Are you going to be able to come down to LSU, get used to the heat of Louisiana and just kind of the humidity, or do you want to stay up north and play in Michigan with what you're comfortable with? Yes, a nice little NIL deal helps with that, but I do think that it's not spread out. The top programs have the NIL to compete with each other. At the end of the day, it's going to be the relationships and the relationships with the position coach and where you can play right away. So I think that's the biggest factor.
Man, we've been doing a lot of recruiting lately, and it's kind of cool. I used to do this 20 years ago, and just talking to these kids, and we went out to Kingwood and saw Kennedy Brown, the #1 offensive lineman in 2027, and he looks the part for sure. Great guy. You did a really good story on him, and he's going to be kind of a special guy. Ridge Point, we talked about this at length. They're loaded with D1 players. Could this be the year for Ridge Point because of the talent, just the raw talent they have? Their offensive line is a college offensive line. They're massive.
Yes.
So I'm kind of excited to see how that plays out. Some other kind of interesting stories, I think, is the new Isaiah McMillan. He's the DB at Katy. He was at Episcopal. He transferred to Katy. He fits in better at Katy and starts pulling a lot of offers. But I just think recruiting is always fun because there's so much buzz around it. But I still think, here's the thing. We got a Batman costume. We got a damn coonskin cap, Davy Crockett hat. 7-on-7's off the damn chain, dude. It is wild. It's like freaking, it's like a damn, what's that, like weirdo Star Wars convention that everybody dresses up like? Comic-Con. It's a damn Comic-Con. It ain't no 7-on-7 anymore. What the hell is going on? I know everybody's trying to have fun with it and brand it. And it's kind of fun to see these kids kind of get out of their element. But before you know it, you're going to have to sign on the dotted line and the fun is over. Because once that school has you for a year, they got you for a year. But it's kind of cool. The 7-on-7 is fun to watch. It's pure entertainment. And the connection that 7-on-7 and the NFL have made with pro athletes, that kind of triangle, it's definitely a massive platform that's really coming.
Oh yeah. Overtime and OT7, they've done a great job, I think, of promoting and creating this, number one, their brand, but then creating the 7-on-7 side of it. I mean, you got guys like RG3 out there with the team. You got Cam Newton out there
Yeah.
with the team. You've got
Travis Hunter's out there.
Travis Hunter came out. Like, just think about all these NFL guys that are coming out and coaching a team, and the knowledge, and also, like, you're on the other team after the game. You might beat Cam. You might say, "Hey, can I get a?" You might have been talking trash to each other the entire game. "Hey, Cam, can I get a selfie with you, or can I get a picture with you?" Just because you grew up watching these kids get an autograph.
Yeah,
It's just kind of cool to see what that event has turned into, and it's cool being out there for week 1. Hopefully get back out there for another week, but it's very cool to see how the 7-on-7 kind of circuit has changed in the entertainment level, and then NFL broadcasting games on NFL Network. Sometimes as a football fan, you might not be able to know, like, hey, my school just got this kid, I know nothing. Now you can watch them on NFL Network at a 7-on-7 game, so it's just kind of neat.
It is great brand marketing. Just other hot topics right now. You've got the NCAA Final Four, girls and boys basketball. We just kind of taking a look back. LJ Cryer was a great player at Morton Ranch, and now he's a star. And seeing how he went from Baylor to U of H, and now they're, in the Final Four for Morton Ranch. That's great to see him. And JoJo Tugler, just cleaning the glass. In
Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year.
Great rim protector. God. He was at Cy Falls. He was really cool to see. Rory Harmon, I was in Tuscaloosa this weekend. I rode in the plane because Houston to Birmingham. Birmingham was the site of one of those like little pod regions for girls. And I was sitting right behind the Harmon family. And that was cool to catch up with them. And they remember the old VYPE days. And Rory Harmon, I think they're going to advance and be in the Final Four as well. But even like softball, we talk about Bree Ellis, the girl from Memorial, who was at Auburn and then has transferred to Arkansas, has 18 home runs in 32 softball games. That's outrageous for Arkansas. It's kind of cool to see her, and Ella McDowell doing kind of big things at Arkansas as well. So there's a lot of really great stories from here that we've been able to follow in college.
Also, Jelani Watkins tearing it up on the track for LSU, former Klein Forest and Atascocita alum. So just kind of neat seeing these kids actually, perform at the next level and do big things where they're at.
Awesome. Okay, so we had some soccer, we got some recruiting. I just think that, Houston is the hot spot. We'll talk a lot about track coming up as well. And who is our new WHATABURGER Team of the Week? Check that out as well.